Hello, everyone. Welcome to the TechBits YouTube channel. This is our first podcast, and I have here two great authors, Enrico and Luca. Please welcome them to our channel and let us know your thoughts. Go ahead, guys. Feel free to introduce yourselves.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm Luca. I'm here with my friend Enrico, and we just finished our latest book on PostgreSQL, Learn PostgreSQL second edition, and we are really excited about this quite huge project. And as you probably know, we love and work every day with Postgres, so that's our passion.
That's great.
Yes. Hello everyone. I'm Enrico, and with Luca we share this journey that make us to write this book, and we had a lot of fun when we wrote this book. And me too. I'm a Postgres user since 2003, and that's a lot of time that we use Postgres. Me and Luca, we met at PG Day with the first Italian PG Day. We met in 2007. I remember well. Luca, okay. Yeah, that's right.
Oh wow! In Rome or in any other?
In
Italy?
Prato. It was in Prato in 2007. It was the first, I think that it was the first European PG Day. It's also.
And no, it was actually the first Italian PG Day in 2000.
Yes.
Prato is a city in Tuscany. And the year after, 2008, always in Prato, we organized, number three, clearly, the first European PG
Day, yes.
Even stands for PostgreSQL Day. So
yes.
Full day conference about PG Day. Yes.
Great. Wow, you have both a lot of a great experience with Postgres. Here to share more about what you've both worked upon within the Postgres arena?
Okay, so as we already said, me and Enrico met at the first Italian PG Day, and we started using PostgreSQL around the same years, 2003, 2002. If I remember correctly, it was PostgreSQL version 7.2, 7.3 or something. So it was quite a time ago. And we are both database administrators and developers, so we often provide professional training, assistance about solving issues with your live PostgreSQL environment. And what we have in common is the passion for this great open source database. I mean, we often get excited to try and experiment with new features, new extensions. So, hey, Enrico, did you see that project that adds this little widget to PostgreSQL? We can use in that project too, so on. So, I don't know if you want to add something.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
That's amazing. You guys have known each other and met each other for a long time, and the same goes with Postgres, which is a great database, and it keeps on progressing with time, getting better and better,
Yeah, and we don't even live near each other, because I'm located in Modena, the city of the famous Ferrari car. And Enrico, if you want to talk about.
Yes, I'm located in the center of Italy, in the Adriatic coast, a little town named Alba Adriatica, and it's a good place to live. It's some quiet in the winter, and very, very chaotic in the summer. Sorry, we don't your phone, your mic.
You probably got a lot of tourists in that area. Sounds like it's beautiful.
Yes, it's a beautiful place, but I love Italy from north to south. It's and with Postgres, I made and make right now consultant in all in the entire country, from north to south. We make training and consultant, and that's our life. This is our life.
Great. Being consultant is great. So for all the listeners and viewers, now you know how to contact and get in reach to Luca and Enrico there. They're the top expertise in Postgres over there in Italy. So that's good for you. And can you share your experiences with writing the book? I guess was it daunting, difficult, easy, fun?
Oh, actually, this is the second edition. So we made another book, also published by Packet in 2021. I remember well.
Okay. Of
2020. Okay, 2020. It's the Learn Postgres first edition, and this is the Learn Postgres second edition. And we had a lot of fun when we wrote this book, because we wrote this book as well as Postgres 16 was made by the developer. And as Luca said, I phoned Luca and said, "Oh, have you tried this feature?" And Luca said, "Okay, let's try. Let's try it tonight. We make a call. No, we will make a call to try this feature." And we had a lot of fun. And it's I'm happy when I can write a book like this. It's a very good experience that for me. And for you, Luca?
Yeah, clearly it's our passion. So I also really love to teach in general. I worked for some years at schools and the university as a lecturer. So I really enjoy when I can step on the teacher side of the desk. But besides this, I really enjoy writing about PostgreSQL, and I started the second edition of the book with the kind of mindset, hey, it cannot be so long, it cannot be difficult, because everything is already there. We only need to update. But it turned out that it was a very long process, according to me, because a lot of features have been introduced since 2020. Just to give you a comparison, the first edition of the book was related to PostgreSQL 13, and this is related to PostgreSQL 16. So there are 3 major releases and a lot of features. And also when you reread your own material, I at least thought, hey, did I wrote this? So I can explain it better. So after all, it was almost a complete rewrite of the book, not only an update. And according to me, it turned out to be a very resource extensive task. But it was really nice, and I enjoyed the process as for the first time. Now, in this particular edition, thanks to, I have to credit Enrico for this idea, because in the beginning I was not really happy with this, but now I am. We decided to provide Docker images. Now you probably know Docker is a Linux container technology, so every single chapter has a specific Docker container that user can launch and follow step by step the examples. We decided to do this which is an extra effort with regard to writing the book. But I think Enrico had a very good idea, and I'm really happy with it. Because one difficulty we had with the previous edition of the book in general was that a few readers asked us about examples not being exactly as appearing in the book. And the difficulty was to understand if the user was doing something, the reader was doing something, let's say, wrong or different from what was explained in the book, or the database had been modified with respect to the status presented in the book. So with this new approach, where every chapter has its own, let's say, container, we are sure that readers are able to follow the examples as we wrote in the book. And I think this will be really enjoyable also on the reader side.
Yeah,
Great. That was a great idea.
Yeah,
It definitely was.
Yes, I think it was a good idea, a great idea. Also, if it was I think the hardest part of the job to write this book, because we had to test all the images on Linux Ubuntu, on Linux Rocky, on many versions of Linux, and behind the scenes there was a lot of work. And another thing that we have added in this book, and this was Luca's idea. There are the questions after each chapter. At the end of the chapter, the reader can find questions to test himself of all topics that are in the chapter, and I think that it's a good idea also. It's a good idea also.
Yeah, as you can see, so we both built the book on top of our ideas. So these are small trivial examples, but we made a lot of call during night. Hey, what do you think about this? Hey, we should improve and apply back to already written or rewritten chapters. Also this idea. So we try to improve a lot in the book.
Wow, it definitely made a big impact, because I read the book and I really enjoyed it. It was hard to put it down, honestly. I had to go from the beginning started. I thought I'm going to do a chapter or two today reading it. Then I don't think so. I want to keep on going, see where we go with this. Until finally, at the end of the day, all my chores and everything tasks were wow, I'm completed. Wow,
Okay.
it was very engaging. So you guys did an excellent job there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
What we were aiming to.
I'm sure the readers and viewers will be curious to see and learn more of the book. And now that we're talking about, they should be even more
Yes,
in their interest. Go ahead.
Yes, another thing that when you wrote a book like this, or like the present book, another problem is that we have to stay in the exact number of pages that Amazon can print. Okay, so we in this book starting from the beginning, starting from when we start to write this book. In this book, we had we had put a lot of attention to not exceed the total number that we can write, because in the precedent, in the Learn Postgres first edition, we had to cut some session because the book was long. And
so you had another challenge then.
Yes, it's another challenge.
Yeah, because it's our passion. Why we were writing a topic, we just added a little, just one another example, just one another info box. Hey, we should warn the user or the readers, sorry, about not doing this or doing that. And so it was quite easy to exceed the page numbers, but for sure in the first edition. Now, having such experience, we try to work a little more with accuracy on this edition, but we had to make some changes and fine-tuning to get to the right number of pages. But
yes,
for us, probably the book would have been with Apple inside.
Yes, was 1,000 pages. And we must thank to the publisher who were good at choosing the correct font to fit everything inside the book. Because this time we didn't want to cut some session, because we loved that we wrote. This is
You love the content. Well,
yes.
it'll make it easier for the third edition, that's for sure. In a year or two.
Okay.
Third, fourth, fifth. There's not a limit there.
Okay.
Yeah.
If fact will ask us, we are ready to.
I definitely have to put it on the comments below that they have to start thinking and planning for the third, fourth, and fifth edition at least.
Okay, just give us at least 1 year of rest.
Sure. Postgres is not going anywhere, so I think you're covered in that aspect there.
For example, there is a session that was written in a very for example, all the topics about monitoring in this book, we didn't have a page to write, and we have we don't have a big chapters about monitoring because we would like to.
Of course, you can expand more on it later on, or in other chapters or books.
Yes.
You could even spin off another one, a first edition there, monitoring.
Okay, that's a very good idea. And me and Enrico already had this talks about a possible book on a subset, on a very specific topic, like monitoring or disaster recovery is something we would like to write. So I don't know, maybe we should go for a poll. Yes.
I think it's worthwhile. Yeah, why not? It doesn't have to be a very extensive book. For a first edition, it could be a few chapters, break it down, and then see how well it does. Then you can expand it.
Yeah, of course. Now, we have to say that Learn PostgreSQL is a
basic,
a kind of generic book. So it starts from the very beginning and goes to a lot of advanced topics like the CAPS monitoring, disaster recovery, and so on.
Yes.
And so, of course, it grows as we write. If you will write a book on a very specific topic or on a few topics, of course, the book is going to be limited in the number of pages.
Yes. And also is limited in the number of readers because it's a book about monitoring, for example, will be a book more specific and
not everyone is interested in that subject.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. It's the more you start delving into the topic, it expands, and then you have to start compressing because can turn into a Bible, Or that's another thought. You can make a Bible, Postgres Bible.
Yes.
But you've done a great, amazing job with that. It's just a very engaging book. And the questions also really help because it helps you assess at the end of the chapter what you really learned or go back and just review it. It just makes it a lot of fun.
Thank you. We're glad. We have also that we had a very great technical reviewers that helped us a lot. Because clearly when you write a book, you are writing, so it's really clear to you what you are saying. And according to me, it's even boring because I already know what I'm writing. But sometimes we need to adjust the sentences or rephrase just to make it clear the concept we are explaining. So we have to thank you, our technical reviewers, too.
Yes.
For
They made a great job. But also all the staff made a great job. Yeah.
Great. Definitely it shows. The end product looks high quality. All your expertise comes across easily and directly, which is definitely good. What do you expect of a good book? And I really liked it, as you mentioned before. There's a lot of sections that not many books or any other authors have covered. For instance, monitoring, you at least touch the surface. Others don't even get there. Some chapters I really engage about the optimization and analyzing as well. That was very engaging and useful to have some statements there that you could just copy and paste and put to good use already for any DBA.
Okay, great. That was our aim. So to scatter the passion from us to the readers and to let the reader know that PostgreSQL is, of course, such a huge project that there are so many topics that you should be aware of, and depending on the problem you are trying to solve or the specific context you are running, you should investigate more, or maybe what we presented to you in the book is.
Yes, we in this book we have tried to summarize what our work is, what we do in every day of our life, because I am PostgreSQL, Luca is a PostgreSQL. We every day we have to solve some trouble, some problem that the systems have. So I think that this book is a sort of summary of our life. I think our job life.
Oh, great experiences! That's really good. Those are the best books because you take all what you've learned and you have extensive experience with Postgres, and you summarize it and put it in.
Yes. Also, we have tried to make the things simple. No? For example, about replicas. Replicas is a word as the disaster recovery, as monitoring. Every chapter, we can make a book on about every chapter because there are a lot of things. But I think that we have tried to make a summary of the most important things that a DBA have to know to make a replica, for example, or to make a logical replication, or to make a table partitioning, and so on. But every chapter is a word. If it's something at the end of the chapter, the reader can find all the links. If the reader want to go more in depth of the topic, the reader can follow the link and have some more information about here.
So they can research on their own in greater depth, pretty much.
Yes. And
that's great.
That it's not easy to, when you have a lot of things, for example, in my job life, replica is my my bread.
Bread and butter.
Yes.
Great.
And when you have to explain how to make a replica, how to write the best practice to make a replica, that is not simple, because there are a lot of different way to make a replica, for example, in Postgres, no? And we choose one. We choose one because we think this is that we talk about. And or for example, on partitioning. On partitioning, if you read the first book in the last version of Postgres, you can make the partitioning in two ways, old ways and new way. In this book, we choose that write about only on the new way to make partitioning, and the same thing we made about replica. No? We choose to make replica in, for example, with slot. That is a way to make the replica, and we choose this. I hope that we have choose right.
I think so, because it's based on your experiences. So,
yes,
of course, there's multiple ways to skin a cat, but you have to really approaching with different methodology.
Yeah. Yes.
Replication is a complex topic, complicated, and can be done multiple ways, but you have to start somewhere.
Yes. And yes, also the last chapters is it's not a chapter, it's an appendix. You can write the last chapter as a chapter that you can make your curiosity. The last chapter is a chapter to improve the curiosity of the reader. You know? For example, there is a simple way to migrate from MySQL to Postgres, but it's just a bite. You know? It's just a bite of the topic, and we choose this. We choose this way to write, for example, some chapters as the last one. And look at what about it's
yeah, but clearly nobody is migrating from MySQL to Postgres because nobody is using MySQL instead of Postgres. I'm sorry.
Well, it is what it is, you know. That's what the market shows. Can't go against that. So experience is experience, and it speaks on its own. So that's what is happening in the market. So.
Yeah. And in the last chapter, as Enrico was telling, we also introduced a few, let's call them side projects. For example, PGBackRest, which is, according to us, probably the best continuous backup tool. It is nowadays available for PostgreSQL, and that we use pretty much everywhere.
In every installation of Postgres. Yes.
So definitely readers will not only learn about PostgreSQL as the database, but also about PostgreSQL, the ecosystem. So what the marketplace offers them, for several high availability solutions, migrations, optimization, and so on.
Well, that's great because it has
for the book, in our opinion.
No, that's great opinion because it includes real world scenarios. That goes a long way. Gives a reader real world use cases. And that's not always contemplated in a book, which takes it even to another level.
Yes. Yeah. In fact, we decided to write a book avoiding what we don't find in other technical books, like, for example, too abstract examples or examples that last for one chapter only. In our book, we choose to build our example from the very first chapter to the end. So the whole book is built on top of one use case that evolves during the chapters. So we have the complete approach from 0 to hero, let me say, to database management and development.
That's amazing.
Yes.
And incredibly useful.
It's just
Thank you.
You guys have covered from A to Z the entire book. And the great thing about it is I think the viewers and readers should be enticed to read it. Have you had any signing of the book yet over there in Italy in a PG Day or anything of the sort?
No, because there are not many events right now, and particularly in this period of time. So we don't know yet how the book is going because we don't have a detailed view about the marketplace.
Oh, well, but I think might be something to consider because it's a really good book. So maybe for PG Conf EU, that might be a bigger crowd.
Yeah, that's an excellent idea.
Yeah,
We are
that'd be
available.
great. Okay, well, viewers, you might get to see Luca and Enrico to the next PG Conf 2024
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
with a live signing. Bring your books, buy them there, and just get them to sign them. Be great.
Right.
Great. You've done such a great job explaining the entire book and the experience. It's enticing, actually, to write a book just because all your experience have gone through all your real world experiences and use case scenarios makes a compelling book. Any other thoughts, ideas that you would like to share with the viewers?
Well, a little thing, a little detail that the readers will learn about reading the book, but it's worth mentioning here. We have a GitHub repository with all the Docker images and examples, and we also are really open to errata because we really appreciate since they help us improving our overall quality of works for a third edition, maybe. Okay, and because also gives us an estimate about how good the work was or is. So if readers have any suggestion, we are open to integrate it at least on the GitHub repository of the book.
Great. That's very useful for the readers there to keep it updated and fresh and correct.
Yeah.
Working.
Yes. We hope we did a good job.
There's no doubt about that. I'm sure the readers will see that once they start reading the books. And we definitely encourage them to read them. It's a good book. Personally, I read it.
Thank you.
I eat my own
you
dog
very
food,
much.
like they say.
Thank
You
you.
guys
very
did
much.
great there.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay, guys, any other closing statements? Anything else you'd like to share with the readers or closing remarks?
No, I think
Be passionate about the technology.
Postgres.
Yeah, Postgres, because we are passionate about Postgres. So we should say that we don't understand you people using our databases. So quite frankly, but in general, my opinion is be passionate about your technology and don't start using the technology just being Postgres or being MySQL or being some web framework in general language just because it happens to be the hot thing out there. Try to understand if the technology can solve your problem, is good for your context, and that applies, of course, also to Postgres. Maybe PostgreSQL is not the right database for your particular use case. It's quite for an explanation, but it can happen. And so be passionate about what you are using on everyday job, because it's your job. At least you are going to love it.
Great statement there. What about you? Any other statements or closing remarks?
No, I think that we can leave the pleasure of reading the book to the readers.
Great. It's been a pleasure having you on the podcast, and I'm looking forward to hopefully you guys return. The experience hopefully was pleasant for both of you. And I'm looking forward to more editions, or maybe even the monitoring book. I'm excited to hear about that one too.
Yes, I would like to. Yes.
We will continue a panel discussion about trying to convince each other to zero our book.
So I can probably participate in that. I can email you both or contact you and keep nagging you both to, when's the next book? When's the next book coming up?
Okay, that would be great.
Okay.
We can even add the readers or viewers right now. Remember, keep nagging them. More content, good book. Keep on asking them. They're going to flood your inboxes there.
Okay.
Okay, thank you guys. See you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Thank you.